When Jiro heard the assistant say this, he couldn't help but pay attention. He couldn't help frowning and said, "I know that Sarah is indeed a very beautiful woman, and she is also very good at acting. I didn't expect that this time she would act as a spokesperson for our competitors." After a pause, he said again, "Why don't you do this? Please contact her agency and ask how much money will be needed if she endorses our Kobayashi Wizen." The assistant nodded and said, "Then I will contact her agency early tomorrow morning." Jiro said coldly, "I have to wait for tomorrow morning and call now." The agent's mobile phone is turned on 24 hours a day and is kept open. "Okay, I'll get in touch now." Jiro returned to the room, feeling annoyed. He knew that in this era, no matter what he sells, he is most afraid of forming an idol effect. Many enthusiastic fans don't care whether the idol endorsement is good or bad. As long as it is an idol endorsement, they must buy it, and they buy in large quantities. Moreover, the fanatic buying behavior of fans is very exclusive. In the same type of product, if he chooses to buy his idol endorsement, he will definitely not even look at other products of the same type. If this is the case, it is very likely that this JX Wizen, with Sarah's influence, will snatch away a large group of consumers from Kobayashi Wizen. Thinking of this, Jiro's expression grew gloomy. Oh shit. Originally, Kobayashi Wizen had to take advantage of this Sonda competition to spread all over China, but he didn't expect to meet a bump halfway through this time. When he was depressed, Jiro felt another pain in his stomach. Had it not been for the assistant to interrupt, he had already taken the 2 packets of medicine. Therefore, he subconsciously wanted to continue taking his Kobayashi Wizen at this time. However, seeing the JX Wizen in his hand, he couldn't help but think, "Well, I'll take this opportunity to personally try this JX Wizen. How many kilograms? After all, I have long been a deep user of Kobayashi Wizen, and my stomach can easily determine the quality of a Wizen. If the efficacy of this medicine is inferior to Kobayashi's Wizen in my own feelings, then I don't have to worry about its threat. Although Sarah has heat, the heat will pass sooner or later. When the heat passes, everything depends on it. The strength is the true determiner. At that time, this JX whey powder will be automatically eliminated by consumers because of its ineffectiveness." Thinking of this, Jiro stepped back to the soft sofa, sat down, unpacked the JX Wizen package, and took out 2 small bags from it. Usually, when his stomach is upset, he needs 2 packs of Kobayashi Wizen to relieve. Therefore, he also subconsciously took out 2 packs of JX Wizen, prepared to try the same dose first. But soon he gave up the idea again, thinking that he should start with 1 pack first. If 1 pack has no effect, add another pack, and if it doesn't work, continue to increase the amount. Anyway, the medicine itself is more of a healthcare nature, and the raw materials used are all non-toxic and without side effect ingredients. You can eat a few more packets without fear of problems. What Jiro thought was that it would be best if this JX Wizen had no effect even after taking 10 packs. In that case, this medicine would be completely overturned. So, he tore open one of the packets directly, poured the powder in the packaging directly into the mouth, and then took the whiskey and poured it down. When taking JX Wizen, Jiro was completely unconcerned. He felt that this medicine must be much worse than his own Kobayashi Wizen, but how much worse it depends on how he feels after taking a pack. However, in the next second, he immediately frowned tightly. After taking JX Wizen, Jiro could clearly feel a warm current in his abdomen. This warm current is like a spring rain that moisturizes things, quickly enveloping his stomach, and it brings very powerful and effective care and analgesic effects, giving him a warm feeling. And the discomfort in his stomach, because of this warm current, immediately disappeared, and his whole body became extremely comfortable. When he took Kobayashi's Wizen by myself, he felt this way, but in terms of the effect, it was 1,000 miles away. Why is this JX Wizen's medicinal effect so good? It's incredible. Even if he usually take 2 packets of his Wizen, he doesn't feel so comfortable. Why is this medicine so amazing? What kind of formula is used here? Thinking of this, Jiro gave a thud, and a cold sweat broke out on his forehead. Kobayashi's Wizen is the next trump card for Kobayashi Pharmaceutical to enter the world. He didn't want the trump card to be immediately crushed by a powerful competitor soon after it went public. If no measures and methods are adopted, then Kobayashi Wizen, in the face of the powerful medicinal effects of this JX Wizen, can basically be declared a failure. Jiro was flustered and anxious, and at the same time he kept comforting himself, and wondered, could it be that the effect of this medicine comes and goes quickly? If the effect of JX Wizen will dissipate soon, then there is still a chance for Kobayashi's Wizen. So Jiro decided to wait. Wait and see if the stomach discomfort will recur in a short time. However, Jiro waited for an hour, only to discover a fact that shocked him even more. The medicinal effect of this JX Wizen hasn't diminished at all, and his stomach still feels very refreshing, like soaking the whole person in a hot spring in the winter. He couldn't help exclaiming, "What the hell is this? How could there be such a strong stomach powder?" I have read the ancient Chinese prescriptions several times. Kobayashi Wizen can be said to be the best prescription in ancient Chinese prescriptions. With the addition of some modern upgrades and improvements of my own, it is possible to have the current effect. I originally thought that Kobayashi Wizen had reached the top.